it was amazing just to see how God used like the presence of sin to bring someone to him. I was talking with this girl, Bailey, who we met on project. She was actually trying to hit on two of my guy friends who were actually originally talking to them. And all of a sudden we heard this sound and we turned around and we saw this teenager who had just too many vodka shots, and he was convulsing on the ground quite violently. So I ran over to go and see how he was going because nursing, I wanted to see if he was all right. So I helped him out for a good 5 to 10 minutes and walked back, and this girl, Bailey, just had just such a mortified look on her face. And I said to her, and I said, what is it about that has made you feel like this? And she's like, I just feel crap. She's like, that was just not a nice thing to see. And it was just such an open door that God just put there. And I was able just to say to her really bluntly, if seeing one person like that in that state of sin has made you feel this way, imagine God, who is perfect in every single way and cannot stand the presence of sin. Imagine what it's like for him to look on the world and yet still be able to have a personal relationship with us because he loves us. And it was a 30-minute conversation. It wasn't a long conversation at all. But I was able to go through the gospel with her, the entire gospel. And the more I progressed through every single point, the happier she became. And it was the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen in my life. She went from a state of terror at seeing sin in front of her eyes to peace in a way, and just overfilled joy because God had come to take that sin from the world. And I remember I was just praying over her, and she closed her eyes and she accepted Jesus into her heart that night. And we both opened up our eyes at the same time, and I looked at her and I just said, did you just accept Jesus into your life? And she just looked at me and just nodded. And it was just so beautiful. So we were both nearly crying. It was a very nice moment. And yeah, it was just amazing. I asked her how she felt when she accepted Jesus into her life, and she just looked at me and just said, I just feel so much peace. She's like, I've never felt this peace before. I think God's really put so many influences into her life to lead her back to him. So they're going to go back to Sydney, and she's going to start going to church with her best friend. So it's just, honestly, seeing how God has worked. This project has just been so good. Not only just for the schoolies and everyone else we've witnessed to, but just for us and the team. It's just been amazing to see how much God has pushed us and tested our faith. And the more spiritually attacked we felt, the more amazing things God has done. And that's just been so good to see. So good. So excited to get back on campus and tell them about how much God loves them, because sin is such a severe consequence. And it's not something to beat around the bush. You can't do it, because we're to love people, but we need to love them so they don't go to hell. And we want to see them in heaven. And I can't wait to get to heaven and see those people who we spoke to maybe once at schoolies and say, wow, you're here. And it would just be it would mean so much for that person to say, yeah, and you were the one who God used to tell me about that. So that's what I'm going to be doing on campus. I can't wait to go and just tell everyone. I'm so keen.